September 1903. High Point Mansion rises from Pennsylvania hilltop, overlooking what will become Hershey. Limestone and stucco. Colonial Revival architecture, speaking American permanence. But this isn't about chocolate. This is about a man who built an empire and couldn't live in it. A mansion constructed for a family that would never fill it. The cruelest irony in American industrial history, a man who wanted nothing more than children building a palace he would voluntarily abandon. Today, we uncover the dark story of Milton Hershey's High Point Mansion infertility, isolation, and a fortune that became both blessing and curse. Stand at the gates today, and tour guides show you success. What they don't tell you: why bedrooms were designed for children who never came, why the nursery remained empty, why Milton Hershey, at the height of wealth and power, chose to give this mansion away. High Point was built as the American dream's culmination. It became a monument to the dream's limitations. To understand High Point, we go back to 1857. Milton Snavely Hershey was born September 13, 1857. In a stone farmhouse his father Henry didn't own. The Hershey family occupied the bottom rungs of Pennsylvania Dutch society. Henry Hershey was a dreamer. Farmer turned inventor, turned speculator, turned failure. His wife Fanny kept the family fed while Henry's dreams evaporated their savings. Milton was 4 when he understood poverty. The family's furniture sold at auction. His mother's face as neighbors bid on her dishes. This image burned into Milton's mind. He would succeed where his father failed. He would build something permanent. His sister Serena died at 4 from scarlet fever. The first time death taught Milton that money mattered. Education ended at 14. His mother arranged apprenticeship with Lancaster confectioner Joseph Royer. For years, learning candy, caramels, taffy, hard candies. Milton learned precision. Sugar crystallizes at specific temperatures. No approximation in confectionery. At 19, Philadelphia, 1876. Milton opened his candy shop with borrowed money. 6 years he worked. The shop failed. Milton was 25, broke, owing everyone. Denver next, New Orleans, New York City. Each attempt failed. Milton was 30, failed 3 times in 3 cities. Society viewed him as his father's son, another Hershey man who couldn't finish. He returned to Lancaster, broke and bitter. But he'd learned something in Denver. Fresh milk caramel formula. Age 30. Last chance. Lancaster caramels with equipment from his failures. For 3 years, it barely survived. Then a British importer tasted his caramels. Massive order. By 1890, Lancaster Caramel Company employed 1,300 workers. Milton was 33 and finally had money. In 1900, he sold the company for $1 million, $35 million today. He was 44, married to Catherine Kitty Sweeney, a Catholic woman from New York he'd met in 1897. Now he would build the home that proved he'd arrived. Milton Hershey was solving the problem of his origins. He came from poverty, he'd create wealth. His father built nothing lasting, he'd built an empire. For the wife and children he would have. Colonial Revival in 1903 Pennsylvania. Not European castle grandeur. American, respectable, rooted. This announced, I am American aristocracy now. Self-made, C. Emlyn, Urban designed it. Philadelphia architect, understanding the brief beneath the brief. This wasn't just a house. This was proof. Design Conversations in Lancaster, 1901. Milton requested family home. Bedrooms for multiple children, modern conveniences, traditional appearance. Nothing ostentatious. Urban proposed 22 acres on hilltop. 30 rooms, not 300. Limestone exterior, symmetrical facade. Circular driveway. What was insisted upon? Proper children's bedrooms. Multiple modern bathrooms. Conservatory for Kitty. Staff quarters. Modern heating and electrical, and views overlooking his new chocolate factory town. The hilltop location was perfect. Elevation, visibility commanding the valley. 15-minute carriage ride from factory, sufficient privacy. Purchase price, $13,000 in 1901, $450,000 today. Why this location? He could watch his factory in town while maintaining separation. From this hilltop, he could see everything he'd built every day and never forget how far he'd come. Budget, $50,000 initially, $1.75 million today. What it could have built instead: 50 worker cottages, a complete school, or 5 years operating a charitable institution. But Milton understood this house was investment in belonging. Proof of permanence. Setting for family legacy. Key features planned: 2-story main block, 60 by 40 feet. Conservatory with glass and temperature control. Modern kitchen. 10 bathrooms with hot running water, extraordinary for 1901. Library with built-in shelving. Formal dining for 24. Master suite occupying entire southern second floor. Children's floor on 3rd level. 4 bedrooms, day nursery, night nursery, governess quarters. Every detail considered their needs: lower windowsills, built-in toy storage, appropriate height fixtures. Special technologies, central heating with radiators, complete electrical wiring, internal telephone system, hot and cold running water, modern sewage, laundry facilities, refrigeration room. These weren't luxuries, they were Milton's statement that his family would live in the future, not the past he'd escaped. Timeline: groundbreaking spring 1902, occupancy September 1903. Everything was ready. Contract signed February 1902. Materials ordered. Labor recruited. Milton would pay cash, no mortgages, no debt. Now came the test. April 15, 1902, groundbreaking. Milton turned the first shovelful himself with a working tool, not ceremonial spade. The site presented challenges: bedrock limestone requiring blasting, spring water management, access road construction. Crews with picks and shovels dug foundations. Where bedrock appeared, blasting crews set charges. Explosions echoed across the valley. Foundation work consumed May through July 1902. Hand mixing concrete. Wheelbarrows poured into wooden forms. Stonemasons laying 2-foot thick foundations designed for centuries. Materials: limestone from Hummelstown Quarries, honey-colored Pennsylvania stone. Cost $8,000, equivalent to $280,000 today. Bricks from Lancaster, 200,000 bricks. $3,500. Lumber from multiple sources, $6,000. Slate roofing, -30-2 tons, $2,800. Total materials, $35,000. Modern equivalent, $1.2 million. The workforce peaked at 73 men. Lancaster for general labor, Hummelstown for stonework, Philadelphia for specialists. Ages 16 to 60. Daily schedule: 6:30 a.m. start, 10-hour days, 6 days weekly. Pay scale revealed hierarchy: master stonemason $4.50 daily, $157 today. Journey carpenter $3, $105. Laborer $1.25, $44. Plumber $4.0. Electrician $4.25. Working conditions varied brutally. Summer heat baking, exposed hilltop, stone dust coating throats, sweat-soaked shirts. Winter, cold freezing mortars, numb fingers, ice on scaffolding. July 1902. Hans Zimmerman, 42-year-old stonemason, crushed 3 fingers when a 300-pound block fell. 2 fingers amputated. Milton paid medical expenses and wages during recovery. Hans returned to light duty with a mangled hand. November 1902. Joseph O'Brien, 19, fell from scaffolding. Broke his leg. Never returned to construction. Milton found him watchman work. Construction milestones. Foundation complete, July 30th, 1902. First floor framing, September 15th. Exterior walls, November 1st. Roof watertight, December 20. Interior systems roughed, March 1903. The hidden infrastructure told functionality. Basement with coal room, boiler room, laundry, root cellar. Heating via coal-fired boiler and radiators. Electrical from Hershey's generating plant. Plumbing with well water pumped to attic tank. Telephone system connecting rooms. Servant passages formed parallel circulation. Main staircase for family, rear staircase for servants. They could move invisibly. Kitchen designed for staff, not kitty. Coal-fired range, preparation tables, butler's pantry, scullery, icebox. This was an estate where servants created food that appeared magically. Construction delays tested patience. October 1902 stone delivery stopped, 3-week quarry workers struck. January 1903 interior millwork delayed when Lancaster shop burned. Milton paid overruns without complaint. Quality control, architect approval required. Rejected work, redone. First batch interior doors rejected, wrong wood grain, misaligned panels. Returned to shop, 6 weeks delay, $400 materials cost. Milton supported rejection. Exterior, complete August 1, 1903. Interior work August-December. Craftspeople, German cabinet makers, Italian plaster artisans, Pennsylvania Dutch carpenters. Library paneling required 6 weeks. Plaster medallions, 8 weeks. Systems operational November 15, 1903. Heating tested, electrical activated, plumbing verified. 2 radiators leaked, 3 outlets needed repair. Kitchen drain required rerouting. Completion, September 12, 1903. 17 months total. Cost, $63,000, $2.2 million today. 26% overestimate. 73 workers, 94,000 man-hours. Milton's first walkthrough September 10th with Kitty and Urban. From the master bedroom, his chocolate factory was visible below. What he felt. From a letter to his mother, he'd finally built something his father never could. Something permanent, worthy. Pride and fear equally. Pride at achievement. Fear whether he deserved it. But a house is just shell. Now it had to become what it was meant to be. September 15, 1903, Milton and Kitty moved in. Staff of 6 already present. Walking through entrance, parquet floor, reflecting light from crystal chandelier. 2-story entrance hall. Mahogany balustrade, curving up. Art glass panels casting colored shadows. Acoustics carried sound. Fresh paint and varnish mixed with furniture polish. Cut flowers from conservatory. Wood smoke from fireplace testing. Immediate impact on visitors. Catherine Hershey's sister felt intimidated despite modest by rich people's standards. Business associates praised taste. Workers walked carefully, afraid to touch anything. What was whispered? Mennonites disapproved, Hockmott pride. Lancaster society discussed whether Hershey's now thought themselves too good. Workers wondered if Milton would become distant like other factory owners. Many wondered why the Hersheys needed 30 rooms with no children. Daily life established rhythms. Milton woke at 6, factory by 7. Home for lunch when possible. Evening meal at 7. Quiet hours reading, conversation, music. Kitty occupied herself with conservatory correspondence, calling on neighbors, managing staff. Guests for dinner twice weekly. Quiet evenings far more common. Milton favored the library, morning room, his office. He avoided the music room too formal, unused for weeks. The billiard room rarely hosted games. The dining room's capacity for 24 was excessive for 2 people. The house was designed for family life, with children and entertaining. It was inhabited by 2 people living quietly. The gap created peculiar emptiness. Rooms designed for purposes went unused. The children's floor haunted the house. 4 bedrooms decorated in anticipation. Day nursery with rocking chair. Night nursery with cribs. Governess quarters ready. Windows cut low for children, but children never came. Kitty had miscarried in 1898, another in 1901. By 1903, she was 42, Milton 46. Natural children had effectively passed. Entertainment developed slowly. Business dinners, afternoon teas, occasional receptions, Sunday dinners for family. Guest list, primarily business-related, few social friends. Who was excluded? Milton's father Henry specifically not invited. Old Lancaster friends felt uncomfortable. Philadelphia society never showed interest. Weekend pattern revealed loneliness. Friday, early arrival, quiet dinner. Saturday inspection, perhaps carriage ride. Sunday church, substantial dinner, early bed. 2 people in 30 rooms. High Point guestbook became record of obligation, not celebration. Signatures of people who came because business or convention required. William Howard Taft visited 1908 during presidential campaign formal dinner. Photographs, validation. Milton mattered in politics, but transactional, not friendship. Running costs told their story. Annual budget, $12,000, $420,000 today. Coal bill, $150 winter months. Staff wages, $3,600. Food, $2,400. Maintenance, $1,800. Entertainment, $1,200. Total, $1,500,000 annually. $1,000,000 modern equivalent. What this could fund: annual expenses for 250 student school or 30 factory workers' yearly wages. The gap came entirely from chocolate profits. Milton spent 30 workers' annual wages maintaining his home. May 14, 1905 peak moment. Spring evening, unseasonably warm. Dinner for 12 factory managers. After dinner, conservatory. Kitty's orchids blooming. Sunset through western windows turned everything golden. Someone toasted Milton's vision. Glasses raised. This was the moment. Milton worked toward respect, security, beautiful home, success, everything his father failed to achieve. Letter to his mother: I stood in my own conservatory, among my own friends, in my own home, and felt everything I'd worked for had come to pass. For 8 years, 1903, 1911, the dream worked. Business grew exponentially. Social position secured. Reputation unquestioned. But Milton understood fragility underneath. Cracks forming in his marriage. Unsustainability of pouring resources into a house for children who'd never come. By 1906, Kitty spent more time at Hershey Hotel than High Point. The isolation bothered her. The children's floor remained closed except cleaning. Each decision reinforced emptiness. The golden age lasted 8 years. Then reality arrived. 4:30 a.m., winter 1906. Mary Sullivan wakes in third-floor servant quarters. February cold penetrates the small 8x10 room shared with another housemaid. Thin blanket insufficient. Dressing in darkness, black dress, white apron, hair under cap. The uniform of invisibility. First task: descend rear stairs to basement. Light kitchen, stove, massive coal-burning range. Remove ashes, lay new coal, strike match, wait for catch. 30 to 40 minutes for cooking temperature. Coal dust coating hands and face. By 5 a.m., Sarah Thompson, the cook, begins breakfast. Oatmeal for staff, eggs and toast for Hershey's. Coffee percolating, kitchen alive while family sleeps. George Mason lights basement boiler. Keys coal, ensures circulation, monitors pressure. House must be warm before family wakes. Full staff numbered 8 in hierarchy. Butler James McCarthy managed household, $720 annually, $25,200 today. Cook Sarah Thompson, planned menus, $520, $18,200. Ladies maid Margaret O'Brien, served Kitty, $416, $14,560. Housemaid first class Mary Sullivan, cleaned principal rooms. $312 $10,920. Housemaid second class Annie Mueller. Cleaned service areas. $269,100 kitchen maid Catherine Walsh. Assisted cook. $269,100 groundskeeper George Mason. Maintained property. $528,200. Laundress Emma Mueller. Weekly. $3 weekly. $5,460 annually total payroll. $3,008 live-in, plus $156 laundress. Modern equivalent, $110,280 annually. This maintained a 30-room house for 2 people. Compare. Milton spent $3,000 on a single New York trip in 1907. Entire staff's wages equaled 1 vacation. Typical day unfolded in choreographed invisibility. 5 o'clock to 6 a.m. George Stokes boiler 200 pounds coal daily in winter. Hauls from coal room, lays fires, heats water. Mary dusts main hall, removes newspapers, arranges flowers, beats rugs. Family must wake to perfection achieved. 6 o'clock to 7 a.m. Sarah prepares breakfast. Eggs soft-boiled exactly 5 minutes. Toast golden. Coffee specific strength. Catherine washes last night's dishes. Annie scrubs bathrooms, empties chamber pots, changes towels. 7 o'clock to 8 a.m. Margaret wakes Kitty at 7:15, brings tea, lays clothing, helps dress corset, lacing, buttons, hair. Tasks Kitty doesn't do herself. James sets breakfast table. Milton appears 7:30. Kitty joins 7:45. They eat in comfortable silence. James serves, refills, remains present, but invisible. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Deep cleaning. Mary and Annie work bedrooms, hospital corners, dusting, sweeping, bathroom cleaning, scrubbing, scouring, polishing. Sarah plans dinner, reviews inventory. George works outside lawn, snow removal, maintenance. Staff meals 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. in basement dining room. 2 shifts, so someone always available. Senior staff at one table, junior at another. Hierarchy maintained, even eating. Food quality adequate, but inferior cheaper cuts, die old bread. 1 o'clock to 5 p.m. Laundry Monday. Emma Mueller, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Washing in wash tubs, sorted, scrubbed, wrung, rinsed twice, hanging to dry. Ironing Tuesday, flat irons heated on stove. Volume staggering. Milton's 12 shirts weekly. Kitty's daily changes. Bed linens for 6 bedrooms, towels changed daily. Emma's hands showed the work. Rough, red, cracked from lye soap. Calloused fingers, back permanently bent. 51 in 1909, looked 70. 5 o'clock to 8 p.m. Dinner preparation. Sarah cooked elaborate evening meal. Multiple courses, precise timing. James served 90-minute meal, stood throughout. Physical toll accumulated. Housemaids bent spines from scrubbing. Housemaid's knee, respiratory problems, varicose veins, chronic back pain. Cook, burn scars, heat exhaustion, respiratory damage, feet problems, obesity. Butler, varicose veins, joint pain, stress, stomach problems, groundskeeper, arthritis, respiratory problems, chronic back problems. Laundress, most sever curved spine, swollen joints, cracked skin. Emma died 1914 at 56. Certificate said heart failure. Real cause, 30 years washing clothes. Mary Sullivan's story began 1905, promoted 1907. 26 when hired, 30 when she left 1909. She met a farmhand, became pregnant, discovered May 1909, summoned to Milton's office. Asked if pregnant, admitted it. Asked if man would marry. Yes. Told must leave immediately. 2 weeks wages severance. Character reference stated only employment dates, not recommending her. Without good reference, domestic positions closed. Mary married, moved to Harrisburg, worked in laundry for lower wages. Never worked private home again. Dismissal was instant. Reasons: theft, inappropriate relationships, pregnancy, repeated failures, disrespect, illness, aging, process, summoned, told reason, given notice, paid wages, provided reference or not, expected, gone. Invisible rules: never be seen unless called, move silently, never make noise. Never smell of anything, never have needs on duty, never have opinions, never have lives intruding on work. What servants saw family didn't know. Milton's frustration with Kitty's melancholy. Arguments: Kitty crying, Milton sleeping separately, empty children's rooms. They knew everything, just invisible. James McCarthy, 1903 to 1918. Mr. Hershey was fair, always paid, never cruel. But the house was sad. All those empty rooms. Mrs. Hershey getting sadder. We kept it perfect, but perfect didn't make it happy. Sarah Thompson, 1903 to 1915. I cooked for 2, like cooking for 10. Most meals, only 2 ate. Sometimes just Mrs. Hershey alone in that dining room. Saddest thing, mathematics of exploitation. 112 labor hours daily across 8 staff serving 2 people. Equals 364 hours labor per person served weekly. Each Hershey consumed equivalent of full-time servant working 52 hours daily impossible. Revealing multiplication required for effortless luxury. To maintain 2 family members required 8 workers laboring 112 hours daily collectively. Comfort for wealthy requires extraordinary labor from many. That labor must be invisible. Beauty upstairs existed because suffering downstairs. Ruined hands from lye soap. Mary Sullivan's hands cracked and bled, never healed. Broken Baxama's spine curved permanently. Stolen childhood servants, entering at 14, working until marriage, if lucky, or too old if not. This wasn't unique to High Point. This was how the system worked everywhere wealth concentrated. Carnegie required 30 servants. Vanderbilt employed hundreds. Milton believed himself progressive, paid better than many. Built workers, good housing. Yet his home replicated exact exploitation he claimed, reforming at factory. Contradictions stark. This accounting matters because we must return upstairs with different eyes. Every polished surface represents hours of servant labor. Every prepared meal represents Sarah's skill and Catherine's drudgery. Every moment of comfort purchased with someone else's exhaustion. 1909, the first visible crack. Late October. Milton, 52, owned house 6 years. External pressure. Kitty's health declining since 1907. Headaches, fatigue, confusion, mood changes. Multiple doctors consulted. Real problem: syphilis, contracted before meeting Milton from first husband. Disease dormant, now progressing tertiary stage, attacking nervous system. 1909 medicine could do nothing. Kitty spent more time in bed. Her rooms became medical rather than residential. Nurses hired. House atmosphere shifted from social space to sick room. Entertaining stopped. Conservatory, Kitty's favorite, went unvisited. Internal pressure. Milton and Kitty married 1898, 11 years by 1909. 2 miscarriages, accepted childlessness. Now Kitty's illness removed even companionship. Financial reality hardening. Operating costs rose to $15,000 annually with medical care. Nursing $800 annually. Consultations $600. Medications $400. Easily affordable chocolate profits exceeded $1 million annually. But emotional cost mounting. First attempted solution. Medical. Milton consulted every specialist. Each confirmed syphilis, tertiary stage, progressive, no cure. What was tried? Mercury compounds, herbal remedies. Didn't help. Medicine in 1909 couldn't treat syphilis. Penicillin wouldn't arrive 19 years. Second solution, environmental. Atlantic City, 1910. Florida, 1911. Egypt, 1913. Kitty improved temporarily in warm climates, declined upon return. Third solution. Architectural sleeping porch added to Kitty's suite 1911. Theory, fresh air would help. Didn't. Another unused space. But each intervention failed central reality. Kitty was dying. House designed for family became place of slow death. June 1910. Milton ordered music room closed. Kitty's piano, her domain, untouched for months. Sarah Thompson. When Mr. Hershey ordered that room closed, I knew things would never be right again. Personal toll on Milton. Insomnia, walking house until dawn. Became obsessive about factory, throwing himself into work as escape. Started sleeping at factories several nights weekly, avoiding home where wife was dying. March 1911 incident. Milton came home 6 p.m. Went directly to office instead of greeting Kitty. Margaret knocked after 30 minutes. Kitty, asking for him. He said he'd come shortly. 2 hours passed. Never came. Margaret found him asleep at desk, still in coat. Milton breaking under weight of watching wife deteriorate, unable to help. Kitty's reaction documented in letters to sister. April 1911. Milton works constantly. I know he cares, but cannot bear to see me this way. I am dying in pieces and my husband can't watch. So I die alone in a house with 30 rooms and 8 servants. March 1912. Kitty suffered first major seizure, disease attacking brain. Fell in conservatory, struck head-on planter. Lay convulsing among orchids. Milton at factory. By arrival, Kitty medicated, barely conscious. Doctor said seizures would increase. From this point, 24-hour nursing required. Lucid moments grew rare. Servants and locals noticed. Lights odd hours, doctors regularly, Milton's car all hours. Kitty never appearing outside. What they said, Mrs. Hershey is dying. Mr. Hershey can't accept it. That beautiful house is cursed. By 1913, Kitty's mental deterioration complete. Didn't recognize Milton consistently. Good days and bad days. Bad days meant confusion, agitation, violence as disease destroyed personality. 1913. Milton began planning what came after. Established Hershey Industrial School for orphan boys. Endowing with personal fortune, connected directly to High Point's failure. Couldn't have children. House stood empty of family designed for he'd give wealth to other people's children. By 1914, changed conditions made High Point barely recognizable. Conservatory maintained, but never enjoyed. Music room closed. Children's floor empty. Dining room saw Milton alone or business associates. Kitty's rooms, medical ward. Any pretense of family home lost. May 3, 1914. Milton came home early, 2 p.m. Sat beside Kitty's bed. She was awake, but confused. Looked at him, asked, "Who are you?" Milton told her, "I'm your husband, Milton." She stared without recognition. Asked again, "Who are you?" Milton left. Margaret found him in library, staring out window at valley. Didn't acknowledge her. Sensory details of decline. House smelled of medical supplies despite staff efforts. Windows closed to keep Kitty warm. Air stale, sounds muted. House felt like tomb waiting for occupant. Then came trigger Kitty's death. Chapter 7. The Darkness Descends. March 25, 1915. 3:17 a.m. Kitty Hershey stopped breathing in master bedroom. Neurosyphilis. Final stage. Present. Margaret O'Brien, night nurse. Dr. Herman Hostator. Cold for late March, 35 degrees. Clear sky turning toward dawn. Spring promising, but not delivered. Margaret woke Milton sleeping in adjacent sitting room. Nurse stood by bed. Dr. Hostator confirmed death, noted time, closed Kitty's eyes. Milton stood bedside 5 minutes, spoke to no one, then left room and house. Margaret touched Kitty's neck. No pulse. Nurse checked breathing. None. Hostator pronounced Catherine Hershey deceased 3:17 a.m. Margaret knocked on sitting room. Milton answered immediately, hadn't been sleeping. Mr. Hershey, Mrs. Hershey has passed. Milton dressed, entered bedroom. Kitty looked smaller, disease had wasted her. Milton touched her hand. Still warm, growing cold. Stood 5 minutes. No tears, no words. Then walked out. Down main staircase, through entrance hall. Out front door. Walked property in darkness. James watched from window as Milton's figure moved through grounds, occasionally visible, then disappearing. Milton sat on bench overlooking valley, remained until dawn. Margaret and nurse prepared body. Dr. Hostator completed certificate. James woke household. Sarah prepared breakfast no one wanted. George sent to notify funeral home. Undertaker arrived 7 a.m. Kitty's sister received telegram. Milton's mother notified. Close associates informed. Official cause, neurosyphilis, tertiary stage. Duration, 8 years. Serious symptoms, infected years before. Investigation, none needed. Cause clear, documented. What wasn't explained? Why Milton avoided her final years. Why he couldn't bear presence. Whether marriage was happy before illness. What might have been different if children came? Funeral March 28, 1915. Small service at Hershey Community Building, not High Point. Milton didn't want service in-house. 100 attended. Simple service. Milton sat between Mother, Fanny, and Kitty's sister. Stared ahead, expression blank. Burial at Hershey Cemetery. Simple marker. Catherine Sweeney Hershey, 1862 to 1915. Wife of Milton Hershey. Milton stood graveside after others left. Remained 1 hour. Returned to chocolate factory. Worked through night. Milton's response following weeks. Denial through action. Factory work. Expansion plans. Orphan school. Anything but High Point. Slept at factory or hotel. Avoided house where Kitty died. When at High Point, used only office. Ordered Kitty's rooms closed. Left exactly as they were. Clothes in closets. Personal items untouched. Margaret kept on specifically to maintain rooms no one used. Closed rooms became shrine. Cascade effect. Week 1, shock and routine. Staff maintained house. Milton avoided it. Week 2, reduced staff. Catherine and Annie let go. 2 people didn't need them. Month 1. Milton spent 2 nights total at High Point in April. Month 3, June 1915. Milton met lawyer. Discussed giving High Point away to Hershey Industrial School for Orphan Boys. Proposal: High Point becomes superintendent's home. House designed for one family. House as administrator, serving hundreds of children. Mansion built to prove arrival becomes institutional infrastructure. Why? Milton couldn't bear living there. Kitty's death poisoned place. Every room reminded him of childlessness, illness, failure. Children's floor unbearable. Wanted house serving children since his own never came. House responded to abandonment. 20 of 30 rooms shut. Catherine and Annie dismissed April. Margaret June no ladies maid without lady. By July, 3 staff. James as caretaker, Sarah minimal kitchen, George foregrounds. Services cut, no formal dining, no entertaining. No conservatory maintenance plants died or given away. Only basic maintenance. December 1915. Milton ordered nursery furniture removed. Cribs, rocking chair, toy chests sat waiting 15 years. First in hope, then painful reminder. Removal was Milton's acceptance children never would come. Furniture given to Harrisburg Orphanage. Poor children slept in beds purchased for children Milton never had. Milton's daily existence, late 1915 to 1916, lived at Hershey Hotel, ate at hotel restaurant, worked factory 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., walked through town, lived everywhere except High Point. Visited High Point perhaps weekly, just to office, never overnight. Reviewed papers, signed documents, left. James reported Milton sometimes walked through, looking into closed rooms, never speaking. Lowest point, January 1916. Winter. Milton came alone, 4 p.m., cold afternoon, sun setting. Entered front door, James in kitchen didn't hear. Milton walked first floor, then up to second. Stood outside Kitty's locked suite. Head key, unlocked, went inside. Everything exactly as morning Kitty died. Bed made with fresh linens. Hairbrush on vanity. Dresses in closet. Perfume on dresser. Books on nightstand. Room existed outside time. Milton sat in chair beside bed where he'd watched Kitty sleep, then die. Sat 2 hours as darkness fell. Didn't turn on lights. James came looking 6 p.m. Found Milton sitting in dark, silent. James asked if all right. Milton stood without answering, walked out. Locked door, left house. Wouldn't return 3 months. House at worst, winter 1916. Perfect museum of abandonment. First floor immaculate but empty. Morning room furniture covered. Library books dusty. Music room locked. Conservatory growing wild. Second floor, Milton's office maintained. Bedroom maintained, though rarely used. Master suite locked. Guest bedrooms closed. Third floor, completely closed. Contrast to 1905 devastating. Then, achievement, hope, future. Now, loss, emptiness, bitter lesson money couldn't buy what mattered. March 1916, first anniversary Kitty's death. Milton visited grave. Then High Point, met lawyer, signed papers. High Point transferred to Hershey Industrial School Trust. Milton retained right to use office, but otherwise relinquished ownership. House built to prove arrival. House family demonstrate permanence given away after 13 years. Dream died before Kitty. Her death made failure undeniable. Count cost, financial losses, none. Wealthier than ever. Chocolate thrived. House costs nothing to him. But financial accounting missed real cost. Human losses. Kitty dead, 52. Milton, 58, hollow and broken. No children, ever. Family vanished. Marriage ended by disease. Dream of domesticity, impossible. Servants' lives ground down, maintaining joyless luxury. Milton at Nader, March 1916, age 59. Health declining, insomnia, stomach problems, stress ailments. Position, wealthiest man in Pennsylvania, lonelier than ever. Had been optimistic builder with family plans, became workaholic widower, avoiding symbols of failure. One grace, Hershey Industrial School succeeding. Children thrived. Milton visited often. Found purpose giving other people's children what he couldn't have. School would become true legacy. High Point just building where superintendent lived. But house still stood. Stone and wood don't care about tragedy. Walls held. Roof kept weather out. Foundation sat solid. Building persisted while dream died inside. 1933, 17 years after Milton gave High Point away. Superintendent George Koppenhover moved in with family. Inherited 30-room mansion needing decisions. Physical inventory, structurally sound but minimal maintenance. 1916 to 1933. Paint fading, windows needing repair. Conservatory glass broken and patched. Heating, original and inefficient. Electrical outdated, intact but not pristine. Immediate question, keep or liquidate. School trust owned it. Milton alive in 1933-76, still involved. His opinion mattered. Arguments for selling. 30 rooms, excessive operating costs high. Association with Milton's tragedy psychologically fraught. Money could fund school directly. Arguments for keeping, symbolic value as founder's home, size allowed hosting events, location overlooking school significant. Milton specifically gave it suggesting intended connection. Decision: keep as superintendent's residence. Milton supported this. House remained connected to school, housing chief administrator. First transformation: Kappenhavers treated it as home, not museum. Closed rooms reopened. Guest bedrooms hosted visitors. Dining room saw regular use. Conservatory partially restored. Modifications: children's floor finally inhabited. Copenhagen children lived there. Nurseries converted to bedrooms. Guest room became home office. Another became family sitting room with radio. Systems upgraded. Electrical updated 1934 with modern wiring. Heating converted coal to oil 1935 cleaner, less maintenance. Plumbing modernized. Telephone connected to dial system. What preserved basic architectural integrity? Original woodwork, plaster, layout intact. Grand staircase, entrance hall, library paneling original. What lost? Some formality. House became lived in, less museum. Actually, healthier occupied buildings age better than empty. Success: Copenhavers lived 1933 to 1952, 19 years. House found purpose again. Not Milton's family home, but residence for family-running institution Milton cared most about. Irony: profound. Milton intended private family estate for himself, Kitty, and children. It became institutional housing for family overseeing orphaned children. Built for children who never came, now housed administrators serving hundreds. Physical changes subsequent decades. 1930s, condition improved. Professional groundskeeping resumed. Fresh paint, repairs. 1940s World War II brought rationing, reduced maintenance. Conservatory glass, difficult to replace. 1950s, post-war prosperity. Major 1954 renovations, repainting, kitchen modernization, bathroom updates. 1960s, 1970s. Successive superintendents maintained varying levels. 1980s, 1990s. Historic preservation awareness grew. Professional conservation began. 2000s, 2020s. Comprehensive restoration. Several $1 million invested. Current state 2025. High Point maintained as historic museum. No longer superintendent's residence, moved to practical location. Now historical site, event venue, connection to Milton's story. Comprehensive restoration early 2000s cost approximately $4 million. Ongoing maintenance $200,000 annually. School trust bears costs. Current use: museum offering tours showcasing Milton's life and house history. School hosts trustee meetings, donor events. Students visit learning about founder. Public access came in phases, closed when superintendent's residence. Limited tours 1980s, full public access as museum 2000s. Scheduled tours, special events, educational programs bring thousands annually. Modern operating budget $200,000 annually. Staff, utilities, insurance, maintenance, programming. Revenue from tours $20,000. Gap covered by school trust endowment. Archive discoveries enriched understanding. Employment ledgers showing servant names, positions, wages, service lengths. Financial records revealed true costs. Personal papers, Milton's letters, Kitty's correspondence, business records, superintendent reports. Truth versus legend required correction. People believed Milton's palace, lavish living for decades. Simple generosity, giving away. Evidence shows unhappy living 12 years. House symbolized failures more than successes. Giving away was desperation as much as generosity. Modern interpretation shifted. Contemporary perspective emphasizes human cost servants labor. Kitty's suffering, Milton's devastation. Earlier interpretations focused architectural achievement and philanthropy. What seems appalling now? Servant labor conditions sustaining lifestyle. 8 people working to maintain 2 in comfort. Class divisions built into architecture. What seems admirable? Milton's choice, giving wealth to orphan children. Refusal to demolish in bitterness, financial support throughout life for institution inheriting it. Tours acknowledge complexities. Milton's biography presented including achievements and tragedies. Servants' experiences discussed. Kitty's illness handled sensitively. Transformation shown as complicated. Current condition, excellent preservation. Professional conservation maintains museum standards. Approximately 60% original architectural elements. Some decorative elements recreated. Period-appropriate furniture where originals lost. Recent discoveries. 2018 construction workers found servant letters hidden in wall details about daily life official records didn't capture. 2020 to 2022 conservatory restoration to approximate 1905 appearance. Building's relationship to community. Tourism related to Hershey includes High Point, part of Hershey's identity as company town with unique history. Generally pride, but increasing awareness complicates simple celebration. What remains of original dream? Physical bones, limestone walls, hardwood floors, plaster ceilings, architectural vision perfectly executed. Quality Milton insisted upon shows in every detail. What's completely gone? Dream of family life. Hope for children. Marriage illness destroyed. Idea wealth could create happiness. Man who built it with hope. House survived. Dream didn't. Or perhaps how surviving is dream transformed from private monument to public educational resource. From one man's failed hope to hundreds of orphaned children's benefiting institution. Transformation happened not through planning, but tragedy, forcing adaptation. House couldn't serve intended purpose, found different purpose. Neither failure nor success, but complicated reality of buildings outlasting dreams, creating them. Stand at High Point's entrance today. December 2025. House is 122 years old. Winter sunlight illuminates honey-colored limestone. Windows reflect bare trees and Pennsylvania sky. What you see, perfectly maintained colonial revival mansion among mature landscaping. Curved driveway, conservatory on western wing. Symmetrical facade suggesting order. Historic marker. Approximately 15,000 people visit annually. They photograph grand staircase, entrance hall, library paneling. Marvel at conservatory, period bathrooms, preserved servants' quarters. Leave thinking about chocolate empire and generosity. What they don't always grasp, human cost embedded in every polished surface. Personal tragedy haunting these rooms. This beautiful house represents achievement and failure equally. Full story beyond architectural appreciation. Reckon full cost construction through 2025. Operating 1903 to 2025. 122 years, averaging $150,000 modern equivalent, totaling $18 million. Major renovations, $8 million modern equivalent. Total, approximately $28 million modern dollars. Human accounting. Workers who built it, approximately 80 across 2 years. Combined labor, 94,000 manners. Injuries documented, for serious, dozens minor. Servants who maintained 1903 to 1933, approximately 40 individuals across 3 decades. Combined labor hours, 350,000 hours. Lives lived in service, 8 people serving simultaneously. Entire lives shaped by maintaining this house. Compare financial to human. Milton spent $2.2 million equivalent to build. Servants earned collectively $100,000 across 30 years, less than 5% construction cost. Mathematics of inequality. $3,000 piano equaled 10 years Mary Sullivan's wages. Milton's annual operating costs equaled 50 factory workers' wages. One family's comfort required 8 servants working 112 hours daily combined. What this means? Beauty and comfort for wealthy required extraordinary labor. Those people's bodies, time, health. Lives were hidden cost of visible luxury. But simple condemnation misses complexity. Milton Hershey, neither simple hero nor villain, genuinely cared about improving workers' lives, created a town with good housing, schools, recreation, yet replicated in private home the class exploitation he claimed, reforming in business. How both are true. People are complicated. Milton's progressivism and privilege coexisted. Paid servants better than many while maintaining hierarchies, treating them as lesser. Gave away fortune while building it on others' labor. They created genuine good. Construction provided employment. Ongoing maintenance provided stable jobs. Chocolate business employed thousands. Philanthropy benefited countless orphan children. They perpetuated genuine harm. Servant labor destroying bodies. Class divisions built into architecture. Wealth concentration enabling one family to command 8 servants' lives. Personal isolation from living behind invisible walls of labor. What High Point teaches about wealth? It can buy comfort, not happiness. Create beauty, not meaning. Build monuments, not sustaining memories. Example, Milton had money he couldn't spend but couldn't buy children wanted or save wife loved. About power, exercised through architecture and social arrangements. Powerful control space, time, others, labor. Example, High Point's design reflected Milton's power. Servants used different stairs, lived in different spaces, existed to serve. About class, built into physical structures. Buildings embody social hierarchies. Separate circulation, different quality spaces. Invisibility mechanisms, architectural expressions of division. Example, back staircase allowing servants to move invisibly. About beauty often requires hidden costs. What we admire as beautiful rests on labor we don't see, and suffering we ignore. Example, every polished surface represented hours of servant labor with damaged hands. About cost, everything costs something. Question is, who pays? Milton paid money. Servants paid health and years. Kitty paid with suffering. Example, true cost included Mary Sullivan's ruined hands, Emma Muller's destroyed spine, Kitty's lonely death, Milton's hollow achievement. About belonging, you can build perfect house and still belong nowhere. Architecture can't create human connection, making anywhere home. Example, Milton built 30-room mansion, found he belonged nowhere in it after Kitty died. About legacy, what we build outlasts us, but rarely in form imagined. Buildings survive while purposes transform. Example, High Point built for one thing, serving another entirely, teaching lessons Milton never intended. Modern parallels show same patterns persist. Tech billionaire compounds requiring extensive staff, luxury developments with separate worker entrances. Economic inequality worsening, labor exploitation in new forms. Architecture as power statement, beauty built on invisible suffering, questions remaining without easy answers. Was High Point worth its cost? Argument for yes. Employed people, created enduring beauty, became part of educational institution, helping thousands. Argument for no. Human cost too high. Misery it represented. False promise, wealth creates happiness. Why question matters. Forces us to reckon with what we value. Can beauty justify suffering? Uncomfortable truth. Much beautiful achievement created through exploitation. Thing we don't want to face. Aesthetic appreciation often built on others' pain. Bargain we still make. Accept beautiful buildings while minimizing awareness of labor conditions creating them. What should we do with these places now? Preserve as warning. Preserve as beauty. Transform as tools for education. All simultaneously, preserve, acknowledge complexity, learn from contradictions. Final accounting. Milton Hershey set out to build family home, proving success. Achieved mansion, proving money couldn't buy what mattered. Wanted High Point as culmination of rise from poverty. Became monument to greatest failure, inability to have children, loss of wife. Discovery, achievement in business doesn't translate to fulfillment in life. Wanted house filled with children's voices and family life, inhabited by servants, emptied by death, eventually given away for different purposes. Irony, built for children Milton never had, eventually served institution housing hundreds Milton supported instead. Legacy, not what they thought. Milton imagined family seat for generations, became superintendent's residence, then museum. A legacy, but not intended. The house stands 122 years old, excellent condition. Used as museum, event venue, connection to founder's story. Meaning, complicated symbol of both achievement and limitations. Milton Hershey dead since 1945, buried beside Kitty, remembered as chocolate magnate and philanthropist. Sadness of personal life acknowledged but secondary to business success and charity. Servants and workers mostly anonymous. Some names recovered, few stories preserved, most forgotten. No monument honors their labor, though their hands built what we admire. What survives? Stone walls, architectural vision, craftsmanship, physical artifact, archive of documents and photographs. Story, complicated and human. Lesson about what we can and can't build. What's lost? The people themselves. Workers who built it, servants who maintained it. Milton and Kitty, purpose it was meant to serve. Dream that motivated creation. Era that produced it. We began standing at entrance looking at beautiful mansion. Now we understand this was never just about building. About American dream and darker underside. About what happens when we build monuments to ourselves and discover monuments can't make us happy. About people who maintain luxury while never experiencing it. High Point was built to be Milton Hershey's family home, became empty palace, then superintendent's residence, then museum. Not failure, not success. Street things rarely serve purposes for which created. Buildings outlast dreamers. Stone endures while meaning shifts. The walls still stand. They always will, probably long after we're gone. Question is, what will future people think, walking these halls, learning this story? Will they see achievement or exploitation? Beauty or inequality? Success or sadness? Maybe they'll judge us for how we tell it. Maybe they'll recognize it's all these things simultaneously. Maybe they'll understand human stories are never simple. Buildings embody our complexities, and what we build reveals both aspirations and failures. That is the dark story of High Point Mansion, about distance between what we build and why. About hidden costs of visible beauty. And about painful truth that wealth can construct anything except the one thing that actually matters. A life filled with love, meaning, and genuine human connection. If you enjoyed this investigation into Milton Hershey's complicated legacy, please like and subscribe. Tell me in comments which mansion we should explore next. These places are more than architecture. They're chapters in the ongoing human story of aspiration, achievement, suffering, and the search for meaning. Thank you for being here.